Limpopo is a South African province bordering Botswana, Zimbabwe and Mozambique. It's one of the poorest regions in South Africa. To be exact, 77% of Limpopo's population are living in poverty. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have heard about the news of what's currently happened in Limpopo in South Africa. Recently, 2 black women were unalived by some white men and they were fed to pigs. And I honestly cannot understand how that happened and how everything has just I expect that this should be making rounds in the news. I've not really seen this particular case blow up, and I feel like we need to discuss these things. So hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lled and I'm your host on this channel as always. If this is your first time stopping by, please make sure to click on that subscribe button right now. Click on the subscribe button, guys. I don't know why you guys are being economical with your subscription. Please subscribe to the channel. Click on the like button as well. Give this video a thumbs up, okay, so that this video can be recommended to the proposed audience. And yeah, drop your comments in the comment section as well. Now let's get right into this story. Before we go on with this video, I would like to state that this video is purely for educational purposes and that all the information that I have shared here is based off of the research that I've done and from resources and information that I've gotten from the internet. Okay, so let's start from the beginning of the story. So there's a farm in Limpopo that was owned by, or that is owned by, a man known as Zachariah Olivier, and this man is 60 years old. He's a white man. Now he had a farm supervisor known as Adrian, and Adrian is 19 years old. And there's also a worker in the farm known as William Musoro. These are just a few of the people that were working in the farm. However, they are the most important people in this particular case because they were the ones involved. So these men were running a farm and they had they had pigs, they had other farm animals, they had crops and other things that a basic farm would have. So they were running their farms. However, because Limpopo is like a province or a region in South Africa that is basically one of the poorest in South Africa. 77% of their population are poor. So this population would normally come to this man's farm to scavenge for spoiled products, spoiled food and everything, just to see if they could see things that they could take back home and eat. And I'm sure Mr. Olivier, and who was the owner of the farm, had already had enough of their scavenging. He was like, no, I'm tired of this thing. You can't always come into my farm and take my stuff or scavenge for stuff. And he and Adrian planned within themselves that if they ever see any of the community people coming to their farm again to scavenge, that they were going to unalive such persons, right? So this was already something that they had planned, or they had spoken about. They had talked about it probably in passing, but the plan was there. Basically the plan was there. It so happened that on this particular day there was a clover truck that came to dump expired products, expired milk and expired things in Mr. Olivier's farm. And the truck dumped these products and went away. And I'm sure the community people had already seen that, there's new stuff to come and get, there's new stuff to come and scavenge and whatever. On the 17th of August 2024, Mariah Magato and Lucia Ndlovu, they're 2 women who are also part of the community in Limpopo. They decided that they were going to go to Mr. Olivier's farm to scavenge for stuff, because they probably had news that a truck had come to dump stuff there. So they decided to also go in the company of Lucia Ndlovu's husband, and the three of them embarked on this journey to the farm. However, when they got to the farm, they were met by something that was very, very shocking. So Mr. Olivier and his farm supervisor Adrian had been waiting patiently because they knew that the community people were going to come. They knew, and they were already waiting for the community members to come and scavenge. And the moment Mariah and Lucia's husband stepped foot into their farm, they opened fire at them and they shot at these people. They shot at Mariah, shot at Lucia, shot at Lucia's husband. Fortunately, Lucia's husband was able to escape. He was able to escape alive, but unfortunately, Mariah and Lucia were unable to make it, so they were unalived right there at the farm of Mr. Olivier. Now, for those of us that would be wondering why Mr. Olivier, like why they were bothered about shooting these people, first of all, they claimed that these people were actually trespassing into their property. So the ladies, the community people, they did not have any rights to, walk into his farm or whatever, talk less of coming in to scavenge and look for products. And for those of you that would be saying that these products or these things were actually expired or rotten products, well, I had to do some research and I saw that actually expired milk can be processed and used to make feed for farm animals, and they could also be used in composting, and they could be used as fertilizers sort of. So I'm sure Mr. Olivier already had plans for those expired products that were dumped in his farm. I mean, he must have been the one that made arrangements for the truck to bring those products. So I feel like they were already tired of community people coming in and taking out of these products, which they most likely paid for. I mean, I'm not sure, but products that they most likely paid for. And they decided to open fire on them and unfortunately unalive these women. Now, Miss Lucia's husband ran for his life, and from the information that I gathered, it was said that he went to make a report in the police station. However, they did not take him seriously. So the next day, William Musoro, who was like a staff of the farm, came to work that morning, and on getting to work, he was met by two bodies lying on the farm, dead, right? So he went over to Mr. Olivier and made a report that, I saw two bodies lying on the farm and all of that. And these three men, Mr. Olivier, Adrian, who was the farm supervisor, and William Musoro, who was also a staff of the farm, moved these two women's bodies. They moved it from the spot where the women died to the pigsty. That's where the pigs stayed, like the pig portion of the farm, and they dumped these women's bodies there to be fed to the pigs. Wow. And so these pigs started feeding on these women's bodies, and it was said that they had even started feeding on the upper parts of, like, the upper bodies of the women, when a report was made to the police, and then they had to invade the farm and they discovered what was going on there. I honestly do not know how human beings can behave like this. First of all, how do you open fire on someone just because? I feel like maybe there's something that goes on in people's heads that I may not seem to understand. Maybe you guys can explain to me, because I cannot understand how you can just decide to open fire on someone just because they came to take expired products. What happened to having the conversation? What happened to informing the police about it? What happened to exploring other means that does not or did not involve taking people's lives? So now these men have been charged to court, and it's like a whole thing going on. They are being charged for premeditated murder because obviously they had already planned that they were going to shoot at anybody that trespasses on their farm to pick up anything or to scavenge or to steal any stuff, that they were going to open fire. And so this whole thing has sparked up a lot of conversation in the African community. People are saying that South Africans have still not been able to come out of the grasp of the white man. How do you allow this type of things to happen in your country? I can only hope that these women are able to get justice. I can only hope that these women were able to get justice for their lives that was taken, because it's just really sad. It's just a really, really sad case. The case is currently ongoing in South Africa, and as of now that I'm making this video, they have not gotten a judgment on the case on the men. So I hope they get maximum punishments for taking people's lives just like that, like a life that you did not create. You feel like it's okay for you to just take it like that. I hope they get the maximum punishment for what they have done, and I hope that this is a lesson as well to South African people. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section on this case. Do you feel like these men unaliving these women is justified just because they trespassed, just because they came to look for something to eat? Is there any justification for what they did? Let's discuss all that in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts as well. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. If you have watched this video up until this point, I mean it's only befitting that you give this video a thumbs up. You give it a thumbs up and you drop your comments in the comment section as well. I like to say stay safe and stay informed, and until my next video, bye.